And welcome back to some more Avatar standard content here on the channel. And we are going to be taking a look at some airbending, which is made possible by the brand new Avatar set. And do you know where you can purchase some brand new Avatar cards and plenty of other things? That's right, our sponsor, CoolStuffInc.com. This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. If you would like to purchase any Magic singles, sleeves, sealed product, deck boxes, anything your heart desires, head over to CoolStuffInc.com. They have an amazing selection. They always have everything that you're looking for in stock. And if you use promo code DOOM at checkout, you can get yourself 5% off of your next order and an exclusive Rhino token while supplies last. Cool Stuff Inc. They got cool stuff and they got it in stock. And with that out of the way, let us go ahead and talk about airbending. So for those of you who haven't seen this deck list, this Airbend deck list is really only made possible by the brand new Avatar set. And it has an infinite combo, as if there wasn't enough of those floating around in standard. So the infinite combo here is you want to pair Appa, Steadfast Guard, these three cards. We're going to go over them individually for people who haven't seen this combo before. So Doc Orlok is a 2/3 that says spells you cast from exile cost 2 less. That's the important part of it. There's some things with plotting and casting cards from graveyard. We're not going to worry too much about that. Spells from exile cost 2 less. Aang says when it enters, 3 mana 2/3, enters airbend a creature or spell. Airbending means that you exile the creature and then you can cast, its owner may cast the creature for 2 mana. You see where I'm going with this. And then Appa Steadfast Guardian is a 3/4 with flash and flying that you can airbend any number of permanents. So basically, you have Doc in play, you have either Aang or Appa in play, and then you play the other one. Aang airbends Appa. You can cast it for free because normally it costs 2. That 2 is down to 0 because of Doc. You play the Appa. Appa airbends the Aang airbends the Appa, and you can do that an infinite number of times. And Appa says whenever you cast a spell from exile, you make a 1/1 ally. So it is a way to give you infinite 1/1 tokens, which, by the way, you can also do it at instant speed because both Aang and Appa have flash. So instant speed, infinite 1/1 tokens. Pretty powerful. Now, we've seen a lot of different versions of this deck list floating around on Magic Online and Arena, and there was a version that Javier played at the World Championships, and most of the versions that you see have stuff like Llanowar Elves, the Gene Pollinator, BADGERMOLE Cub, kind of like Mana Dork package. The problem is, I don't know if you know this, the mana bases in Standard, especially for Bant, not great, because we only have one Shockland. We have Breeding Pool. We're missing Hallowed Fountain and Temple Garden. So the issue with playing a bunch of Mana Dorks is you have to skew your mana base a lot more towards green, because you need a bunch of early green sources to be able to cast stuff like Pollinator, Elf, and BADGERMOLE. The problem is when you skew your mana base more towards green, you then get into the spot where you need blue and white on turn 3, you need blue on turn 2, double white on turn 4, sometimes turn 3 if you have a Mana Dork trying to cast Appa, and the mana just kind of doesn't work when you're skewing it more towards green. So the person who, by the way, won the challenge with this deck, shout out to MTGO user Thief of Crowns, said, you know what, if the mana's that bad, why don't we just cut the Mana Dorks? And that is kind of the goal here, is the goal of cutting the Mana Dorks is just make the deck's mana better. So we have Bramble Familiar, which is still a Mana Dork that you can cast for green, but more importantly, if you airbend Bramble Familiar, I don't know if you know this, but you can cast the adventure part of it, which is normally 7 mana, for 2 colorless mana. That's how that works. So Bramble, the fetch quest, the spell version of this, you get to mill 7 cards and you put a creature, enchantment, or land from those onto the battlefield. So it allows you to dig for more combo pieces. You can find something like Aang at the Crossroads, which can then dig even further to find more combo pieces. You can also airbend your own Aang at the Crossroads to then dig even further. You see where this is going. Airbender Ascension is pretty cool because you it's pretty easy to get to 4 counters because you're doing Ang, which is 2 things, you're flickering your own stuff and getting more triggers. Voice of Victory can also put 2 additional counters onto the Ascension with the Mobilize. So you get to 4 counters pretty quickly, and then you can start flickering your Ang at the crossroads with the Airbender Ascension. Beginning of your end step, if it has 4 or more counters, you exile a creature and then return it to the battlefield. So it even gives you more ways to find those combo pieces. Which also, because we are very good at turning on Airbender Ascension, we can play 4 Quantum Riddlers. Because Riddler, you warp it for 2 mana, and then you can flicker it with the Airbender Ascension to keep the Riddler in play before it would normally get warped. And then the new inclusions here, we have 4 Werefox Bodyguards, which looks a little strange. It's a 2/2 flash for 3. When it enters, basically exile a creature until it leaves the battlefield. Normally not great against the, blue-red deck that has a bunch of shocks, but because a lot of their creatures happens to be tokens with, the otter tokens and boomerang basics, you can just permanently kill one of the tokens, even if they then remove the bodyguard. And then flankers to give you a little bit of graveyard hate main deck against the lessons decks is kind of cool. The one thing I will mention about the mana base, the upside of not playing any 1-drops is we don't feel bad about playing Meticulous Archive because we don't have much to do on turn 1 anyways. So the mana base gets even, a little bit better at that point. And taking a look at the sideboard, we have a bunch of creatures because we have both Ang at the Crossroads and Bramble Familiar that can find creatures. So we want a lot of our sideboard pieces to be things we can find off of that, like Clarion Conqueror to shut down opposing mana dorks, Reclamation Sage for artifacts and enchantments, Beza, more flankers, so on and so forth. So this is sort of the new evolution of Bant Airbending, and I wanted to kind of showcase it to see how good it was. So I will see you back here in just a little bit for the first match. All right, this is the one, chat, I believe. Okay. So if I name blue with Passage, I don't have white mana for either of these. And if I name white or green, I don't have blue mana. So my hand, basically what I'm saying is my hand is perfect. I actually don't think it gets better than this. Yeah, the Bant mana is like, just looking at a hand that has Verge, Passage, and like blue-white, double blue, double white, blue-green. I just, where did it all go wrong, man? Can I please, like, how much do I have to beg to get a Hallowed Fountain, Like, what do I have to do to get a single Hallowed Fountain? Okay, never mind. I'll stop complaining. I will, as of right now, I will officially stop complaining. Holy shit. That is a Cecil Dark Knight. I repeat, that is a Cecil Dark Knight. Gamer alert! Gamer alert! Go. Hold up, bang. I think I'm just gonna take all this. What if I do this? Get him to spend mana on the claw. Haha, you fool! You fool! You've triggered my trap card. Uppa! Uppa! Woo! Turn 4, by the way. I have to see how fast I can go. It's a lot easier when you don't have other things that are, like, causing other triggers to go on the stack. It's a lot easier when you do that. See, we finally won a game. All it took was our opponent mulliganing to 5. and having not a very good draw. That's all it took. It was pretty easy, to be honest with you. Yeah, I basically only won that game because of Breeding Pool. That's the thing about this deck, right? Is like, yes, the mana is bad, but if you can draw one singular shock land, your whole mana base is online. That's all you gotta do is one shock land. It's not that hard. Kind of want to cut the Riddlers against them. I don't think I have time for Riddler. Cut flankers for rips. Try like that. Yeah, 3 base against red. We might maybe finally get a win. Okay, I'm not going to say it's perfect mana, but it is acceptable mana. That's actually a pretty good draw. Yeah, it's mana. Not perfect, but it is mana, nonetheless. I mean, I guess double white, green, blue is really all you need. Oh? Oh? Dude, I kind of like what they're doing. They're cooking over there. Little Rakdos aggro. Beza down. -1 Beza. Standard sets have a tons of commander cards nowadays. Even MH3 had commander cards. They don't care about anything but commander. Do you guys think, and maybe I just like have this, you know, misconceived, like this notion that is obviously not correct, of like, do you really think that they are, like, they're, what's the way to phrase this? Like, do you think that their intended product that is targeted towards newer players is commander and not standard? Like, I guess that's the best way to phrase it. Like, is that how they're getting newer players in the door? It's more commander than standard? I don't know if that's true. But, I mean, I would believe you. I guess I would believe you. I just don't know if that's the case. Kind of don't want to play second Bozo here. Let's just do this. Just gonna cast... Oh, wait, no. The whole point of that was... Okay, never mind, I'm stupid. I have 7 mana, but now I don't have the Bramble in hand. That was stupid. I don't think R&D cares about Standard at all. Standard is a smokescreen. I mean, they definitely care about it. It is their main competitive outlet, right? And I think that... Okay, let me put it this way, right? Certainly over the past, you know, 5 or 6 years, they definitely have lessened... They've definitely, like, lessened the relevance that Standard has, or, like, not Standard, but lessened the relevance that competitive Magic, right? Because there was a period of time where, like, they were giving people platinum, you know, benefits and things like that to be a professional Magic player. They cut that, swapped to the MPL, they cut the MPL. So, like, they definitely care to an extent about competitive Magic, but they've certainly been investing less resources into it over, you know, the past whatever. So if, you know, maybe it seems like if they're a little bit less interested in competitive Magic as an outlet, then, you know, maybe that means they're more interested in something like Commander or something, you know? I don't know. Maybe that's a bad way to look at it, but... I don't know what the point that I was trying to get at there, though. I was saying that, but then I don't remember exactly where I was going with that, you know? Alright, what am I doing this turn? I'm going to play a land. I'm going to play a voice. And then I guess we're going to cast Bozo. Bozo the Clown. Go. I would really like to find 5-mana Aang at some point this game. Eventually. Yeah, this is what, 2 mana to bounce, I think? Yeah, I guess I'll probably end up bouncing Familiar at some point. Okay. Yeah. they could keep getting that guy back. I do need mana, right? If I discard one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Yeah, so I have to discard the rip. Go? This is a weird game. A local standard scene has been constantly taking players from the Commander community. Guess that's good. I wouldn't necessarily say that's a good thing, per se. Just that people are interested in different things, you know? Look, you know, I don't have any sort of like disdain against the Commander community or anything. Like I think Commander's fine, and I think people should enjoy what they want to enjoy, but it's just not my cup of tea, you know? It's not my jam. Alright, I really need some help out of this. That is good. Yeah, definitely just take the Appa here. This. Appa! I guess I should Bozo first, right? It's kind of free. Not that it matters all that much, but... GG, we did it! We got a match! Like, I don't know how much better removal would fix these issues, but it certainly would be a start, you know? I think a big part of the reason why you see so many combo decks and decks that do something extremely proactive is just because nobody can kill a fucking creature. Like, just explain to me. Tell me what is the most efficient or best way to kill a creature. Like, that doesn't exist. There's no good removal spells. Dude, you know what we need? We need fucking, we just need, what's it called? Ooh, I don't know if I want to Aang this. Kind of want to. We need, cut down. Just give me cut down. Like, I think the last format was pretty dope when we had, like, we had cut down, go for the throat, all that kind of stuff. Like, I didn't mind that format, but I feel like it got a lot worse when we lost cut down. Why did I stop working on the Gruul Cup deck? I don't know. I just wanted to try different stuff. I don't really spend a lot of time. I don't spend like too much time on one different deck. It's more so like I spend a couple hours on it and I move on. Even if I think the deck is good, I just want to do different stuff, you know? But it's definitely not because I thought it was bad. I like that deck a lot. Aang at the crossroads. This one will never be... That was fun. Sorry, it was turn 5, not turn 4. My bad. My bad. Oh, okay. They're really off it. It's a lot of archives. It's a lot of archives. I can still keep it, though. My hand technically can cast all of its spells. And I can't say that about a lot of hands, so... Yeah, Infernal Grasp. You know what I think is a card that is like maybe the single most missed card from the rotation is fucking Tear Asunder. Like, that card is not broken by any stretch of the imagination, but it is just so flexible. It's a card it's a disenchant you can main deck and not feel bad about. Like, that's the type of thing we're missing, is like something not exactly Tear Asunder, but that's like the type of card that I'm looking for. It's just a more flexible removal spell that is also an instant. I mean, it doesn't even have to be Golgari. You could just make that a white card. White colorless, disenchant, kicker 2, exile target non-land permanent. That could easily be a white card. I mean, it's like technically breaking the color pie, I guess, but they gotta stop giving a shit about the color pie, man, you know? I certainly don't care about the color pie. I almost feel like that's part of it, though. Is they're too afraid to print specific cards into the format because it, like, you know, breaks the color pie or whatever, and I feel like it's really hindering their ability to like, actually, I don't know, you know what I mean? That could be something, too. Where they just feel like they're scared to print certain cards just because, oh, it's gonna break the color pie. Like, who cares? Fuck the color pie. Bro, stop bouncing my shit. All removal spells should be instants. That's not even a hot take. I'm with you on that one, Jin, honestly. I am 100% with you on that one. I definitely agree with that. Mm-hmm. Play around. I guess they can't even quench me, but... Alright, I should have played the Ascension first. For some reason, I thought they had 2 mana up. The problem is that there's 600 threats that all require a different specific answer. Yeah, that's my point. Like, I think a big part of it is, like, think about the card Ouroboros, you know? That is the perfect example of a card where you have a bunch of 1, 2, and 3 mana removal spells that do not even kill that card. And I think that is a big reason why, you know, the Cub decks were so popular and so strong early on. Like, they just didn't, you know. But I think Cut Down is a great example of Cut Down is a card that can kill all of the 1-drops, kill a large amount of the 2-drops, but then also interact with 4-drops. That is the reason why I think removal spells need to be better in the format. Is there's just like, what am I doing? Am I flickering the Aang? No, because the Ascension wants to flicker the Aang. So I guess I'll blink nothing. And then end step, this blinks the Aang. I guess I can't even find Dock, though, right? Because if I hit Dock, I don't have the Appa in play. I can hit the Appa. I guess blink these two. Dude, this deck does some crazy shit, huh? Alright, your turn. Your turn! We're a dock away. GP Lanowar, thank you for the Prime sub. 10 months, welcome back. Ally reporting to work. And Florent gifting a sub to I don't know how to say that. I'm going to say JJ. Florent gifting a sub to JJ. Thank you for the gifted, Florent. Come Bustin' Technique. What? That resolves. You like Ouroboros being a playable card? See, I don't know if I necessarily agree. I think Ouroboros is like part of the problem. It's just part of the problem is like, okay, it's certainly a combination of them printing too many threats that just end the game if unanswered for one single turn, on top of the fact that the removal spells suck. You know, if you had one or the other, if the removal spells were bad, but the threats were also bad, or if, you know, maybe if the removal is good and the threats are weaker, then that is a problem. But like, when you have the combination of threats being way too good and way too snowbally, on top of the fact that removal is not very good, then it just creates this, like, I don't know, just creates this toxic mess. It's hard to explain. Guess I play Ang first. Try and hit Doc. What up, Doc? That ain't Doc. Florent gifting another sub to 26 lands. Thank you for the gifted, Florent. I appreciate you. I guess I should take Bramble here. I don't know if it really matters, right? Take Bramble. Just go to end step. Werefox is another spin. Yeah, but I can already flicker the Ang, right? But I need to be able to play the Appa. So I think I go no attacks. Flicker this. And then try to hit Doc. Right? Like that. Oh, wait! Oh, I don't have the Ang. Right, I have the Ascension, not the Ang. Shit. Well, this is awkward. Alright, you can proceed. Oh, wait, no, I do have the Ang. What am I saying? I'm stupid. Right, okay. I screwed this up. I literally have the Ang exile. What am I saying? I'm so dumb, man. 24 triggers, by the way. Florent with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you very, very much for the 5 gifted. Florent, thank you, thank you. If you didn't get a sub, be sure to type dodged. All right. Now I just got to figure out how to remove Jose's diamond. Oh, wait. So does that mean Jose gets to keep it? Now I'm confused. No, there's no way. Apparently people in chat are just having gifted sub wars over whether or not Jose keeps his diamond. I don't know. I feel like I don't think so when you say no way Jose loses his diamond, I can't tell if you're saying no way Jose loses his diamond or no way, comma, Jose loses his diamond. It's not clear. It's not actually clear. Do I have the final say? I feel like I have the final say. No, I didn't see a comma. Beyond says he shall lose it. All right, I'm down. At least for like a day, you know. Where do I do this again? Settings? Community, here it is. Roles manager. Where is JPSN 54? Can I get an 07? 07 for the diamond? I'm going to report this to the authorities. What authorities? I am the authority on my stream. Are you going to tell Bezos? Don't tell Bezos. What are they playing? Oh, they're playing Is It? Sage good. Sage good. Flanker good. Bodyguard out. Maybe a Riddler. I like the voices a lot against them. Let's try like that. Seam Rift for talents. I mean, it's okay, but... Well, it wasn't just the 100 bits. It was the gifted subs. Yeah, I do need a second land to play Magic. I will let you know that I do actually need a second land. Eventually. I mean, I guess I'm doing this, right? And just pray to God that I draw a breeding pool. Yeah, all right. So, nice mana. What's up, Gran? Well, I could do it. I definitely could do it. I wouldn't say that it's likely to do it, but it certainly could. Nah, Grand would never come after me. Me and Grand are tight like that. That is definitely not blue mana. You like my Celestia deck? This is a nice Celestia deck, isn't it? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I actually don't want to hear it. I do not and will not want to hear it. Give me my diamond back or else I will rig the shuffler. You know, I'm going to call. I don't think you can do that. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think you can do that. I call your bluff. Okay, Oppo definitely does not have Ancestral in hand. Yeah, that might be worse. These games are great, aren't they? Yeah, to the somebody asked about C-Rip for talents. I just don't think they have enough targets. Like it hits artist talent, but we have 3 sages, so I think that's fine. And sage at least also kills the monuments. Wait, did I actually add it? I don't see it on my side. Walk this way. It does say it's added. Maybe I have to refresh chat. Hold, please. Hold, please. Chat has been refreshed. Archive. Archive. It's really good if they don't kill the voice. Let's keep it. I don't know if I should expect them to not kill the voice, but... And there's another one thing that's really nice about the voice is that it gets the Ascension online really fast. Can we get Jose the Diamond, please? I don't know how to respond to that. I don't like who am I supposed to believe, you know? I need to talk to your manager. What if I told you Vion was my manager? Diamonds are forever. I can't just give everybody a diamond, you know? They're supposed to be special. They're not forever. Haven't you heard the saying? Diamonds are actually not forever? All right, do we Riddler here and just try to draw a 2-drop? Kind of risky, right? Riddler try to draw a 2-drop or just play like an Appa that doesn't do anything. But it sets us better up for the Riddler next turn. Yeah, I'll just play Appa. Shahar, thank you for the raid. The 2-time. He's here. Welcome, Raiders. Hope you had a good stream, Shahar. We're playing some standard. We're not doing a ton of winning with this Bant Airbending deck. But it's been okay. This is like a newer version that's kind of been popping up online recently. Wanted to try it out. Should have definitely responded to the level by playing Appa, because now they can quench my ass. I don't really want them to quench me. The bodyguards are in the deck list. We just boarded them out for this match. So if I play Aang, I get quenched. I don't know. I feel like if they had quenched, they would have quenched me there now. Maybe they'll kill Appa in combat. Man. I think they have combustion technique. I kind of think so too. Which makes me really just want to play the Aang this turn. It's so bad if they have quench, but I'm with you. I think they have combustion technique. Oh, okay. What if they had neither of those? They have XUU, which is even better for me because now I can flicker the Aang. Oh, that's really good for me. I like that. Dude, these Ascensions are so good in this deck. Like, it's actually wild how good the Ascensions are. Couldn't they just play it and if the wrong guy winning final game? Yeah, like they could have, theoretically what they could have done was if they wanted to split the prizes and somebody wanted to concede, then, you know, that would have been fine. But they could have also just like, you know, waited to respond to this and flicker the Aang. No, I guess not. Oh, I should flip the Aang, right? Yeah, I should flip the Aang. It's kind of free. Yeah, like they could have just, you know, even if they wanted to split and the nature wanted to concede, they could have still maybe played out the finals, but I guess they wanted to, like, they just wanted to get out of there, you know. So I get it. They were there for a long day. I like how it does one by one, like, okay. Yeah, I get it. I get it. My shit's dead. All right. That seemed unnecessary. Why couldn't there just be one animation? Oh my god. Is there a reason you didn't use Crossroads, Aang, Airbender Ascension to cast your whole deck and have multiple Aangs? It was my end step. So what happened was I hit the last combo piece off of Ascension Flicker Aang in my end phase, so I can't cast this in my end phase. Okay. So they have to have second Iros, right? I guess they could just have a counter spell for Appa if they have Quench. Counter spell, or I guess kill spell for Doc. Yeah, I mean, there is a lot that would do it. All right, we're at 100 counters even. Iro's me. Yeah. And I considered replacing the Rex Sages with Cathar Commando. Nah, because Sage is a lot better when you're Sage is a lot better with like Aang at the Crossroads and all your ETBs and stuff. Missed the flip. That is a good point. Would the flip have been lethal? 6, 10, 13. The flip would have been one short. And I guess I'll cast this. Yeah, flip is one short that turn. Is there a way that I can get one more damage? I don't know if there is. I feel like there might be a way to, but I don't know. I'll just cast this. Yeah, there's no Badgermole Cub in this deck, though, unfortunately. Probably should have attacked first, but... yeah, definitely should have attacked first. Win with Flanker now? Yeah, I mean, I could just put my whole deck into play, right? Like, I could just put my entire deck into play. Exile their... I mean, there's just no way they win this game, right? Sage this. Riddler for free. Yeah, like, I don't know why they're still playing. Guess this. Okay, there we go. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. It is Zakdos. Zakdos kicked our ass earlier. I'm going second. Sure wish I was going first with this hand. Let's try it. Root Spinner seems sus. A lot of people say that, but like, I don't think Root Spinner's that bad. Root Spinner is also really good against Dimir. I don't know how many people are willing to play Dimir, but Root Spinner is really good against that deck. Just the fact that it has reach. I think what I might end up doing is doing a split of 2 Bird Spinner and 2 Town Greeter. Mostly just because I did find the deck to be very, very mana light when I was playing it. So I think I might lean towards... I think I might do that kind of split. Town Greeter seems kind of nice. I like that card. Do they have something? Okay. I guess I just go tap land, hold up Aang. Alright, go. Not really doing a lot here. Yeah, I don't think you want it to be cash grab. I think it's very, very important that your mill enabler is a creature, so you can get it back with Balemerc. But, yeah. I could definitely see, like, a split of Town Greeter and Root Spinner for sure. Am I just hard casting Riddler this turn? Like, I don't... What else can I even do? I guess I can go Dock Warp? Dock Warp Tapland? And then I can play the... I can full cost the Riddler for 3 next turn. I guess that's fine, right? Yeah. Not really a lot of good options this turn, though. Zakdos, thanks again for the raid. Yeah, I think I'm still gonna play Dock this turn. Just because Dock discounts the Riddler. And the fact that I have nothing going on means I probably have to cast the Riddler next turn. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm actually not dead, but I feel dead. Okay. I can double spell now. That's kind of nice. So this one first. Might as well just do it now. Go? I mean, I don't really have a means to try and find the combo. So we're not super far away. Yeah, we're only just an Appa away. So if we can find Appa, Bramble Familiar, or 5-mana Aang. Yeah, I can, like, try to flip Aang. 1, 2, 3. They do have 5 mana. Do I have to block? So this would be 6 plus 8 is 14. I'll take 14. Just a cool minus 14. No big deal. You ever just take 14? All right, Appa. Appa! Okay, that could be an Appa. Is there a reason to not play voice this turn? I don't know. But I guess they don't have interaction anyway, so let's just play this first. Alright, I hope you want to be here for a while. Submit 3. Woo! I'm going to put my whole deck into play. I guess they can... I was going to say they can win if they have a way to give trample. Like, just because Arena won't let me make that many tokens, but they're off it, so... Who does this matchup usually favor? I would have to imagine Bant is a huge favorite against them, just because their interaction is very limited, and they just don't they don't even have a lot of it to begin with, and they just don't play removal spells to break up the combo. Like, I guess they have like their best card is probably what, Tishana's Tidebinder or Beastbinder maybe, but they just don't really have a lot of cards that are good against you. I mean, they probably have Torpor in the sideboard. But game 1, they just don't have a lot. Well, I mean, this version of Bant does have a lot more interaction with 4 Ascension and 4 Bodyguard. Like, I mean, we won that game because I drew 2 Bodyguards. Just being able to keep them off of Royd for a long time was very, very important. Do I want to keep in the voices? Probably trim on Riddlers instead. Maybe I'll keep in 2 boys. Riddler does seem very, very slow against them. I don't think for the most part I'm on that kind of plan. Yeah, that's a good point. Ascension is not great on the draw against Mana Dorks. Much, much better on the play. I mean, I'm going to keep this hand. I have no idea if voice is good in this matchup. I'm gonna assume that it's not, but I would imagine they also board in like a good amount of instant speed interaction post board that it might be good against. So, like Tishana's counter spell, Spider Sense, that kind of stuff. Am I supposed to Ang something this turn? Could Ang the Beastbinder just to turn it off for a turn? That seems okay. Just to, like, buy me a turn. Cast it now in case they have a counterspell. I guess maybe I should save it. Save it for Oroboroid. Although I'm pretty sure if they had the Roid, they would have cast it last turn, so I think we can maybe safely assume they don't have the Roid there. Okay. It's kind of awkward. No, they don't lose the land forever because Earthbend says when it dies or is put into exile, return it to the battlefield tap, so they would just get the land back. If I play Dock plus Voice this turn, they're just going to Beastbinder the Dock. So maybe I just slow roll the Dock. Just go Voice pass. Next turn, play Aang. Yeah, I think I have time to do that. I think I have time for that. I could probably attack them with Aang, but I don't think I'm winning this game by just regular damage. Like, the chip shots against them just don't matter that much. So they can pump this Beastbinder. No, they only have 4 mana, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I missing something? I don't think I am. Okay. Bramble Familiar. Yeah, I guess they could have mutation there. But I mean, if they spend the mutation, then that gets the counterspell out of their hand, so it's kind of fine. Okay, so I should flicker. I think just these two. Yeah, I think just these two, because if I keep both voices in play, they can only shut down one of them, and I could just guaranteed go for the combo next turn. Thing is, I probably have to do some amount of blocking this turn, don't I? I think it's just these two, though. I think we're supposed to play Dock so we could hit Appa a 5-mana Aang and combo immediately. Well, we couldn't combo immediately because the Dock would get shut off. If I had played the Dock last turn, they would have turned it off with Beastbinder. Right. So if I had Dock in play, it just would have been a 2/2 vanilla, so I wouldn't have been able to combo that turn. I guess I still could have comboed on their turn, which is maybe fine. Now they definitely have 5 mana. But if I just did this, took the rest. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. Plus 4 is 13. Because we still have another, like, actual voice in play, which should be more than good enough. Yeah, I could combo on their turn, but I think it's just much safer to wait for my turn, as long as I always keep a voice in play, you know what I mean? Like the way that I did it. If I slow roll the Dock until the turn that I'm going for it, and I can keep a voice in play the whole time, they just can't have anything. Yeah, I mean, this hand looks pretty good to me. I mean, this is just a turn 4 combo, so let's keep it. I'd prefer if you only sang while muted. Ooh, we can potentially go for a turn 3 kill if we get really lucky. And by lucky, I maybe just have to hit Op off the Bramble Familiar. Ah! I hope they take Appa. Imagine if they took the Appa. I mean, it is objectively the best card in my hand, isn't it? I know you want to take the Appa. Rude. Rude! Probably just land go. I don't want to tell them that I drew a land that turn. I'm withholding information. I will not tell you the card that I drew for my turn. 3 out of 3 game against Lessons so far. We've only played against Lessons, I think, once today? I think only once. Oh, they're just tapping out, huh? Bold. Excuse me. I mean, you do what you gotta do, you know? You do what you gotta do. I fetch quest. You ready for this? I can play Bramble for 1 mana and then Appa to flicker the Bramble. Oh my god, this deck is so good. All right. Ores of Demons. The one nice thing about playing this deck too, the airbending animation is chef's kiss. Such a good animation. All right, what do we do against Ores of Demons? I'm trying to remember what sideboard cards that they had. I think they have some combination of like, they might have Torpor Orb. Although Torpor Orb is kind of awkward with their Deep Cavern Bats, so maybe they don't. Yeah, I don't know what else they would have. Maybe they have... They could have their own Clarions, but this version is a lot better against Clarion. Probably just Sage. Sage in, Flanker out. Tremble Bodyguard. Try that. I don't think we have to do a ton. Yeah, some people have the Creature Torpor Orb, the Doorkeeper Thrill, which, if they show me Doorkeeper Thrill game 2, I'll board in the Seam Rips for game 3. But I don't think all of them have that. Dude, the mana base in this deck is truly something else. I can't begin to explain to you how terrible this mana is. It's like we've sort of gone out of our way to try and make the mana better by not playing the elves and trimming on the amount of green cards in the deck, but it's like no matter how much you try to make the mana bad, even if you try, it just kind of is what it is, you know. Yeah, honestly, that is like it. A lot of people ask, you know, what's the worst matchup? This deck's worst matchup is just the mana. Like the games have felt very easy when I haven't had mana problems, for the most part. I do think I like this version a lot more though. Like not having to rely on the mana dorks. Again, it like not only does it make your mana at least a little bit better, but it also just means that you're not as weak to the shocks. You know, the lessons deck having 4 copies of Firebending Lesson, getting to like effectively brick that in the early turns because a lot of your combo pieces have 3 toughness. Like Ang, Doc, and Appa, none of those die to Firebending Lesson. So I think that's kind of nice. Plan B. This is what happens when you don't draw your blue sources. You just cast some voices and hope it's good enough. Narrator, it's probably not going to be good enough, but... Oh my god. You think I can beat a 3-3? You think I can beat a 3-3 creature? Well, it's good. I feel like it's still a little too late. Get a Rizzler? I don't think so. I think I'm going to Ang the Demon Wall. I need to try and be mana efficient. Because one of the only ways I get out of this is draw land 4 to either go Doc Riddler or Appa. And I need to be able to play a 3-mana spell that turn so then I can use all of my mana next turn if I rip a 4th land. Yeah, I mean they can spend 5 mana to put a 6/6 into play. But like I think that's good for me if they do that. That's their whole turn, you know. Trying to think if I even have outs at this point. I don't think I do. I don't think I have outs. I mean, I could draw 2 cards here, but... Because next turn, if I rip land, I can go Ang into... I guess that's not true. If I Ang into Appa, Appa flicker Ang, replay Ang, Ang into 3-mana Ang, then I can kill them. So that is a sequence that would work. Yeah, that could do it. They can deal me 8 this turn. If they use the temple, they can attack for 6 and then drain for 2. Okay, now I probably don't have outs. I probably don't have outs now. I mean, I had outs before, but now I definitely don't. Alright, a lot of kill spells, huh? Sheriff, Seam Rips, okay. I mean, I'm definitely keeping in the voices against all those kill spells. Just gonna run it back. I could, like, Tishadas against Annex, but I just don't think I care about an Annex. I think if they're spending mana on Annex, that's really good for me. It's the way that I look at it. What? Okay, well, I mean, they're definitely going to kill the first one, so I guess I'll keep the second one. Ang at the crossroads. See, imagine if they had cut down there. But. It's actually a pretty good draw. I guess it's worth paying 2 life to hold it up. I don't plan on casting it this turn, but... maybe it's not worth paying 2 life there. We chillin', we chillin', we chillin'. Shit. That's a problem. That's definitely a problem. What do I do about that? I didn't board in the rips, did I? Sure did not board in the rips. I guess I'll Ang it? I don't even know if this matters, but I guess I'll Ang it. Yeah, Streamer, why don't you just cast your removal spell that's on a creature? Simply just bodyguard the Doorkeeper Thrall. It can't be that hard. Seems like my opponent has come prepared for this matchup. Yeah, maybe just didn't board in the Seam Rips. That's a situation where, I mean, if I had seen the Thralls in game 2, I would have boarded in the Seam Rips, but I just didn't know they had it. Rip.